In this video today, I'll be teaching you guys on how to double jab in boxing the correct way. Now look, there's some mistakes that people make when they throw a double jab, right? And I'll just go to the side and show you guys. So when they're going to throw a double jab, what some people tend to do is they'll jab like this, right? So number one mistake you're making is, what you're simply doing is when you're jabbing, you're not turning your arm or turning the key with a jab, because of course you want to have a half decent jab to basically get the attention of your opponent. So that's what you want to simply do. And number two, what you tend to do is whenever people are throwing a double jab, what they're doing basically from there is what they're simply doing is they're not basically jabbing when the shoulder's next to their chin, right? So when you're not jabbing and your shoulder's not next to your chin, you can basically be getting hit, right? If you look at it from this side, so if you're jabbing like this, and if your opponent was to counter punch with the right hand, they can land it because your chins are way up in the air. So what you want to simply do from here is make sure that your jab, right, you're jabbing but your shoulder's in line with your chin, so that way your chin is tucked in next to the shoulder. And the third mistake people tend to do is when they're going to throw a jab, right, when they're throwing a jab, if you look at my hand right now, there's actually no power in that jab, because what they're doing is flicking with the second jab. I always tend to say have more power in your second jab, because what you want to simply do with the first jab is if you can't land your first jab but you can measure the distance, there's a good chance of you landing that second jab with decent power. So I'll show you the correct way on how you can simply jab the correct way. Now what you want to do here is, of course, you want to get your hands up, right? And what you want to do is when you're going to throw the jab, of course you want to turn the key, and remember, put your shoulder to your chin. You've turned the key, right? Now what you want to do is, of course, you want to bring the hand back, but what a lot of people tend to do is when they jab, they'll bring the hand all the way back to the face again and jab again. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to jab, bring it back halfway, and then jab again. The reason why you want to do that is so then that way, if you're jabbing and you're bringing your hand all the way back, what tends to happen is, of course, you have to reset everything again. So jab, jab, it takes a lot longer for the jab to land, right? But what you want to simply do is, if you're jabbing, and that way when you're going to throw the second jab, you're already in a position to throw it again, and that way your jab can land a lot quicker. Now I'll show you in quick fast mode, right? So that way when I'm bringing the second jab back, after I've jabbed for the second time, I'm bringing my hand right back up to my chin. Now in terms of footwork, of course, you can step forward, step back, or you can stay in the same position. So if your opponent's going back, you miss with the first jab, of course you're more than likely to land the second jab. So I'll show you right now with the feet. Right, so I'll show you in a different position right now. So that's the end of the video, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and comment below, guys, what videos you want to see next.